Diary, and you'll find me on the Doula Diary channel, where I talk about all things relating to family life. And today I'm going to kind of go through the complexities of the differences between fostering and adoption. You know, maybe you're thinking of either, maybe you're already a foster carer and you're thinking of potentially adopting the children you have. My experience is 5 years of fostering and challenging children, and then adopting 2 of those children. So I'm no longer a foster carer, but you know, if I hadn't adopted, I'm pretty sure I still will be. So both are very satisfying, both are really needed. You know, there's a huge shortage of foster carers and adopters, so you know that it's not a case of, you know, is one more important than another, and both will have the capacity to bring change, healing, restoration for the children that you care for. So, you know, either is good, either is good. Now, the key difference, of course, between the fostering and adoption is one is not permanent fostering, and adoption is permanent. Now, you will hear a lot about permanency in the meetings and things you have, and you might be led to question, well, what does that really mean? Because a long-term foster placement is pretty permanent. You know, you could have a child for the majority of their lives. In reality, most children that are in foster care do move on to different placements. So as far as the professionals are concerned, fostering is not permanent, because there is no expectation that you will have that child permanently into adulthood, and you will not need to provide for that child everything that you would provide for if that child was a member of your family. So the local authority or the parent of the child in fostering, they are providing you financial reward to have that child, and their decision is final. So if they decide that a long-term foster placement is not working, they will move that child on, and you would not necessarily have a say about that. So one is permanent, and one is not permanent. The other thing to say is adoption is a very complete process. So you completely welcome that child into your family. Now, that is in a sense quite overawing. No, overawing is not the right word. It is quite something. Let's put that as quite something. You think about the fact that, especially if you already have children, that adopted child becomes to you as if you gave birth to that child. Now, we found that incredibly sort of releasing, in the sense that we hadn't had that up till now. We've been fostering the boys that we have, and then one day they became entirely part of our family. And that's quite mind-blowing. That's the word, mind-blowing. But it's also a huge commitment. So there is more commitment with adoption. And when you are assessed for adoption, we obviously have been assessed for fostering. So they were able to use our form, and they were able to kind of do extra sections on top for us to become adopters. But they will be asking your family how your family feel about the fact that these children are coming entirely into your family. There's just nothing in between. They have the rights like anybody other child in your family, and at the end of the day they have rights to inheritance as well, like whatever is going to be my husband and mine that we're going to share out with our 5 birth children. No, we're not. We're going to share out with our 7 children. So it's very embracing. Adoption's very embracing. In a sense, that's very liberating. There's something absolutely amazing, I think, about a child that now kind of doesn't have a family or cannot be in their original birth family, and you are saying, yes, I am welcoming you into my family as if I actually gave birth to you. It is amazing, but it's a huge commitment. You know, when we were fostering, excuse me, if one of our foster children, you know, had a massive paddy in the middle of a store, or, you know, ran over somebody with a trolley or released a coffee machine, you could kind of say, you know, we're foster carers, sorry, and everybody go, okay, yeah, that's fine. Well, when you're an adopter, they're your child. You can't make excuses for their behaviour. It's like, you know, it is all on you. Now, again, pluses and pros and cons. With fostering, you have regular visits from social workers. So yes, that is quite imposing on you as a family. But obviously, if you need support and you're having issues and problems, then that whole network is available to you. As an adopter, you don't really have that. Albeit though we did have an adoption support fund, so we were able to tap into therapy for the boys, which was very, very useful. So that it's not that you're without any help, but you are more on your own as an adopter. It's almost, you know, it's just you as a family unit mainly. So with the foster care process, I think the process takes, I don't know, but I would say on average about 6 months, you know, that would be fair. I think really an adoption process is a lot longer. Now, there's lots of similarities again. There's lots of training in foster care that you do. There's the assessment process. I've been through all this in my other videos. With the adoption process, again, there's assessment process. There's training that you have to do, which kind of highlights to you, especially if you've not fostered before and you're going straight for adoption, the levels of abuse that children kind of gone through and the types of circumstances that might be coming into your home. So it's quite a long process. It's quite involved, including all the checks and everything. You really do have to know that this is what you want to do. You know, go into it with an open mind. Read as much as you can, watch as many videos as you can, and really think about if it's adoption, who and what you can cope with, because you need to be thinking about that before you start to get involved with the social workers who are going to take you through the process. So guys, the other thing to say, I just want to add on there is foster to adopt, which is kind of a combo. You start off as a foster carer, but you're also an adopter, and you might potentially be able to have a child earlier than what you would if you just went for a straightforward adoption process. But I will cover a foster to adopt for you in another video. So I hope that helps you to give you a flavour of adoption compared to fostering, and I look forward to seeing you again on my Doula Nairi channel. If you like what you hear, you think that you're going to enjoy my videos, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.